Hi, and welcome to Focus on the Community with McMahon Hatter. I'm your hostess, Robin Doan, and I'm very excited to explain our new format for our show that we're going to be beginning tonight for the next 9 episodes. For our viewers that had turned in previously, what we were doing was explaining things like your homeowner's insurance, your health insurance, and your car insurance, and giving you some explanations on how you could save money. And we were explaining why we would like to look at your insurance as your agents. We're going to switch the tables just a little bit tonight, and for the next 9 episodes, what we're going to be doing is promoting our clients and our friends in the community. We're going to have some of our clients on each episode, and they're going to talk about how they're bringing new and exciting news to Pensacola with their projects. Tonight, I'd like to welcome 2 of my very close friends. We've got Joe Abston on here, who is the new owner of Vinyl Music Hall. And I know there's been a lot of buzz in Pensacola about what is that building at the corner of Garden and Palafox going to be. So welcome, Joe. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And then I have my colleague here who actually handles their insurance. So Leslie Sam is Vinyl Music Hall's insurance agent. She's going to be telling us a little bit about that. And so welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming here. Well, Joe, I know that ever since I saw the construction start on Palafox, I've been thinking, what is that going to be? So can you tell us a little bit about vinyl and how the project got started and what you're expecting to do here in Pensacola?
Absolutely. We started about 16 months ago or so and spent a lot of time developing a live music venue. It's basically a house of blues or a Tipitina's in Pensacola. It was something that we felt really was missing out of the community, and we were able to bring national and regional touring acts to the area and really be able to showcase some talent that hasn't had a home here in quite some time.
That is really exciting. I know Joe just took Leslie and I on the tour the other day, and I want you to tell Pensacola all about the fabulous acoustics and all of the research that y'all have done to go in to make this one of the Gulf Coast premier venues. I know one of the things that you told me when I was on the tour is you said that you've got some of the best acoustics within a several hundred-mile radius. And I think one of the neatest parts about vinyl is that you've got the great blues capital of New Orleans over there to the west, and you've got places like Tallahassee, Atlanta, Jacksonville, and on down the coast. Finally, Pensacola has an actual namesake to be able to bring lots of acts here as they pass through. So tell us a little bit about the acoustics and the technology that went into building vinyl.
Well, really, our production manager, Disco Odin, is a great asset to us. We designed the system from the bottom up. We really went above and beyond. We wanted to really capture some of the great acoustics that were in the building and use the new style of digital formats that is really the cutting edge of sound and technology now, and bring it to a smaller club level venue. We took a 107-year-old building or so and really took the acoustics to the next level. You know, we brought in high impact foams, we brought in really state-of-the-art Digico SD8s, soundboards for front and stage monitoring, DMB Audio Q Series line array speakers, which sounds like a mouthful, but the truth is once you hear them, you understand why. They've got the long names behind them. We've got Meyer wedges on the stage. We really just went above and beyond to bring in talent that is typically used to working in larger venues, 1,000 to 1,500 person capacities, and give them that intimate setting. And to do that, we really have to draw on what the building has to offer, what the area can develop. And we really put a lot of time into the acoustics and a lot of time into the sound preparation of everything.
And the actual layout of the building is really phenomenal too. I don't know if we could maybe get some pictures up. See, there we see it at the corner of Garden and Palafox. I think one of the neatest parts about it is that when you walk in, the first thing you see is the stage, and the stage is the focus, but you can pack quite a few people in there. What's the occupancy of it?
Occupancy is about 526 or so.
About 526?
Yeah.
And I know Leslie was there on opening night, and you made the comment that it's one of the first concerts you've ever been to in a smaller venue where it was very easy to actually get a drink and refreshments during the whole course of the thing.
Yeah, it was a packed house for sure. We had a lot of fun, and we were able to get a drink no problem because they were smart enough to make that bar all the way, right, Joe?
86 feet with the bar.
86
Yeah.
feet.
It's great. We've got 8 full-time bartenders behind the bar to service as fast as possible. We want this to be about the music, and if you're standing in line waiting on a drink, you're not doing what you're supposed
You're
to do.
not getting to concentrate.
Exactly. You're
on the
there to
music.
see the talent.
We see you also have opened bar 5.5, which is the back end of the house. And if you haven't had a chance to go there, they open every day at 3. It's a very intimate setting, and one of the neatest things about the entire ambiance of Vinyl and 5.5 is that they took, like you said, a 108-year-old building. And if you've ever been to any of the larger cities and see a lot of these reclaimed industrial-looking buildings, they have kept the entire format intact. It is just a gorgeous expansion of nothing but space with some great acoustics. And one of the things that I love is you kept the brick, you kept all the doors from it, and you kept up this really neat part of wood that still had people's phone numbers on from how long. You kept as many things as you could. You can see the expanse right there with some neat chandeliers in it. Well, Joe, I know that Leslie has worked very hard for all your work to make sure, as insurance agents, we want to make sure that everything is protected. So can you kind of tell us a little bit about, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of time on, about what made the selection with Leslie such an easy choice?
Well, I've been working with Leslie about 3 years now, and also in Hopjacks, which is conveniently right next door. We've been open just under 3 years now, and it's been such a great transition. We've used, like I said, we've used Leslie and McMahon and Hatter with Hopjacks for about 3 years, and really taking care of us, always coming up to us and saying, you know what, I just got you the lower rates. I don't even have to ask about these things. You know, if there's claims that go through, it's been amazingly painless. And when you talk about the complexities of how bad insurance can get, it's been very, very nice. So it was a natural transition to take what works at Hopjacks and take it to Vinyl.
Well, thank you so much, and we appreciate our clients' trust. And one of the things I want to invite our viewers to do is, if you have any insurance questions, Leslie and I are both insurance agents. Please visit our website, which is quotepensacola.com, or feel free to call Leslie or I. Leslie, if you're a business owner. Leslie specializes in all types of different businesses, but I can tell you, having watched her, Leslie has been in the business and excelled at this career for over 10 years. Leslie knows her stuff, and her clients can't get enough of Leslie. We're going to switch gears just a little bit, and Joe, I want you to tell us about what all the buzz is about with Vinyl. What are some of the acts you've got coming in, and what can we expect to see coming down with Vinyl in the next couple of weeks?
Well, we wanted to be a music venue. We're not a rock club. We're not a country club. We're not we don't pigeonhole ourselves to one or two styles. But we really went out and tried to create all types of different, bring in all different types of artists. We've got everything from Bucky Covington on the country side to Dr. John, a blues legend. Coming in October, we've got Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, which is a up-and-coming band. Well, not really up-and-coming. They're already here.
And they're here at Vinyl.
Exactly. We've got a lot of shows. We've got the Misfits, which are another legend from a different field. Buckwheat Zydeco just was signed. So we're really working on bringing different talent, and really there's nothing off limits. We've got like I said, the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, the Electric Six, jazzy jam band kind of group. We've got just tons and tons of things. My booking agent comes out of the room every couple of hours and with this giant grin on his face because we've got somebody else that we just weren't expecting.
That is so wonderful.
Yeah, it really is.
Are you going all across the nation to acquire these acts?
Well, we bring artists from all over the place. We've got some that are more locally based, but then they're still traveling. These guys are on the road 10, 12 months out of the year. Wow. Rasputina, very oddball, eclectic. It's hard to explain, almost like two girls playing hardcore cello.
Oh, I've actually heard of them, yeah.
Toured with Nirvana and Marilyn Manson. So it's the span of the music genre. There's nothing really off limits for us.
It sounds like you've got a draw for everyone.
That's what we work on. We want it to be, we want it to be the 21, 22-year-olds one night. We want it to be their parents the next night. We want it to be all of them together for something like Dr. John, which
Absolutely.
just
Yeah.
spans
decades.
It really does. Somebody who can say
Yeah.
this is the influence for Dr. Teeth and the Muppets. It's really that kind of
Absolutely.
it's a character.
That is
That's
so
really
neat.
neat.
Well, since we're talking about all these wonderful acts that are coming in, can you kind of walk us through your website and how someone could get tickets? Is this something they need to purchase?
We are a ticketed event. All of our shows, let me back up. Almost every one of our shows are a ticketed event. We're going to do about 9 free shows a year, which will be sporadic. But vinylmusichall.com is really the hub of where you find out what's going on, and it's a great place to pick up tickets. We use a company called ticketfly.com. We kind of stayed away from some of the bigger ticket processing companies because we don't want to charge too much for handling fees. I hate that. You say it's a $10 ticket, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at a $22 ticket after the service fees and what have you.
That's great. Well, we're going to hit a little bit more on how you can get tickets and on some of the great acts, and honestly, just the wonderful availability, the great bands we're going to have now that Vinyl Music Hall here is after our break.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it. Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
You gonna eat that?
McMahon Hatter Insurance. We're an independent insurance agency. We don't work for a single insurance company. We work for you. Our professionals listen to your needs. We answer your questions. We help you choose from a wide range of auto, home, and health insurance, ensuring that you get the policies that are exactly right for you. As your needs change, we'll be there with you every step of the way. When it comes to insurance, you have choices. We can help you find the right choices at McMahon Hatter Insurance.
Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today.
Hi, and welcome back to Focus on the Community. I'm your hostess, Robin Doan. I'm representing the McMahon Hatter firm. And for those of you just turning in, we're switching up our show a little bit. I used to host Insurance 101, where we talked about different types of insurance, explained that, and then helped you save money. We're switching it up a little bit, and we are going back to the community, back to our roots and where we came from. We are having some of our very valued clients on the show to be able to talk about what they're doing in the community and some of the new things that are coming to Pensacola. And I am so excited to be able to bring you Joe Abston, who is the owner of our new fabulous venue, Vinyl Music Hall. For those of y'all that have been wondering what is going on at the corner of Garden and Palafox, I've got him right here. So straight from the horse's mouth, let me welcome back Joe from Vinyl Music Hall. And then I also have my good friend Leslie Sam, certified insurance counselor here with McMahon Hatter, who handles their insurance. Joe, before the break, we were talking about, we've got this great venue, we've got all these great acts coming in. What are the ways that clients and our viewers can learn about how can they get a ticket, and tell us a little bit about how that's going to go down?
Well, vinylmusichall.com is really the hub where we started. You can see the listings of the bands that are coming in, all the way through. I think we've got bands into December right now, so that you can go ahead and purchase tickets online ahead of time, which a lot of our shows are starting to sell out. So there's a lot of buzz going on because the community hasn't had something like this for some time.
So for our viewers, do not wait until the night of the show to get your tickets. Make sure that you're looking and checking Vinyl Music Hall. You may want to add it to one of your favorites, because they are looking out as of right now.
Absolutely. The Misfits in December, Dr. John in mid-October is really, those two shows they're huge. They've got fan bases that span 30, 40 years. So it's really, those are the shows that are really starting to book out. Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
New band?
Yeah, absolutely. They got a top 40 hit, I believe 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
They are really, those are the bands that are get your tickets now because we're 525 sounds like a lot of people, but the truth is it's really not, especially when we have people driving from Mobile, Panama City, Fort Walton Beach to see these bands.
Absolutely. So you've got quite a draw, and one of the great things that Pensacola now has, we've got a music venue in between Jacksonville, Tallahassee, and good old blues capital, New Orleans, so that when people are going on their tours, Pensacola is now going to become a preferred stop, and I just think that's wonderful. Your marketing team has been doing a heck of a lot of work to get all these people here. Kind of tell us a little bit about how you started to get these acts.
Well, it started, my partners and I'm partnered up with Harry, Sheridan, Evan, Levin, and we really came into this with a concept of if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right, we're going to take our time, which is one of the reasons why it took us so long, 16 months or so, to get this correct. We started looking for the perfect people. Chris Wilkes is our booking assistant, along with Harry Levin, and we since we didn't take any genre off the table, there's been such a great outpouring of support from the artist. As they start to come through, they start to tell their friends. It's really
that's great. So really, it's starting word of mouth already.
It really is,
and
it's
just opened.
Absolutely. We went above and beyond with our sound system. It's a state of the art. It's like I said, it's bigger than what is normally found in that. So when you see a band that comes through and they're used to having playing on small end rickety PAs and really not having a lot of success to them. The road's supposed to be hard for them. I guess that's why they start to write good songs about the road, because it's so hard on them. We're trying to lighten the load and have them able to experience a venue that is really about the art. It's about the music.
So really, it's like a breath of fresh air for the people stopping by. I mean, they come into this beautifully redone, industrial-looking, fabulous restored building, and then all of a sudden they're greeted with amps and amps of just this beautiful, pristine, crystal clear sound.
Absolutely. Hospitality is our other leg that we stand on. And being in the industry as long as I have, coming from the kitchens, I know what that feels like. And you really, it's nice when somebody takes care of it. It's called hospitality for a reason. We treat them to Hopjack's Pizza when they come in, and they're used to, Domino's, or excuse me, I'm not going to say those names. They're used to road food. Someone eating out of a fast food container, and we're able to really show them what hospitality is about. And it's really starting to snowball. A lot of the bands are starting to talk about our venue already, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's wonderful. So the buzz is already building. I see we've got some more pictures up. I also want you to talk about the picture that's up right now is the new bar that's at the back of the club called 5 1/2, which is, I loved when you gave me the tour and we actually brought clients of our own there last night. One of the neatest parts, it's like almost you're stepping back in history to a real speakeasy-like atmosphere. You've got a bartender that knows your name when you walk in, and your wine selection, your beer selection. Tell us a little bit about how you arrived at all of those brands.
Well, you
have specialists that you've hired to actually make sure that you have procured just the best.
Absolutely. I always try to keep people around me who are far smarter than I am. And we have Tim Domes, who came to us from Hopjack's, who's a beer guru. I mean, writes in the local paper about beer. Is an incredible wine knowledge. He's got a huge base that he pulls from. Patrick Bolster came to us, who I've been working with Patrick on and off for a couple of years now, and he's a true mixologist. I think we walk in for the first day, we're doing menu testing, and he brings 14 different bitters with him. I didn't know there was 14 different kinds of bitters.
Wow, I did not know either.
So we're really looking at, we bring in the best people we can, and we bring in the best products we can. We want it to be about the experience, and it's really that old throwback, French 75 shaken with egg whites. It's about your Sazeracs, drinks that people don't really experience much anymore, but are having this rebirth in the larger cities, and we thought Pensacola was ready for it. And the truth is they are. It is a word-of-mouth bar. It really is it's almost your living room. And
It's really amazing. We actually took some of our reps and clients there last night, and I cannot tell you, Patrick greeted us when we walked in the door. I got a big hug, and then you didn't even have to say, I need another drink. Patrick said, well, this would pair very nicely with what you just had. And the wine selection that they offered at 5.5 just couldn't be beaten. So we're going to take another quick break, and I can't wait to get Joe back on here after the break to tell us a little bit more about Vinyl Music Hall.
Now you know you're going to have to feed and water them.
No problem, Daddy.
For all the promises we make, keeping your word is what matters most.
Don't forget to stop by and visit.
No problem, Daddy.
Your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows that. In fact, you could say,
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
they were raised that way. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
Honey, are we up to date on our homeowner's insurance?
Relax, we're with McMahon Hatter. That was taken care of months ago.
It's hurricane season. Do you know who your insurance agent is? Not knowing if you have the right insurance can be stressful. But with McMahon Hatter, we can take that stress away. We're a locally owned independent agency. We represent the top insurance companies in the marketplace, which in turn gives you the best coverage. We have the ability to show you multiple quotes and help you save money. McMahon Hatter, your trusted advisor for your insurance needs.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it. Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
New shoes?
McMahon Hatter Insurance. We're an independent insurance agency. We don't work for a single insurance company. We work for you. Our professionals listen to your needs. We answer your questions. We help you choose from a wide range of auto, home, and health insurance, ensuring that you get the policies that are exactly right for you. As your needs change, we'll be there with you every step of the way. When it comes to insurance, you have choices. We can help you find the right choices at McMahon Hatter Insurance.
Hi, and welcome back to Focus on the Community with McMahon Hatter. I'm your hostess, Robin Doan. I am so excited to welcome one of our clients and one of Pensacola's newest groove spots, Joe Abston with Vinyl Music Hall. For those of you just turning in, what we are doing now, we're switching our show up a little bit, and we're going to have some of our clients on here that are just making a fabulous impact on bringing fabulous new things into Pensacola. I cannot welcome Joe enough. For those of you that have been wondering what has been going on at the corner of Garden and Palafox, Vinyl Music Hall is here, and it looks like you are already getting booked out. Word of mouth is already spreading. This is going to be an amazing venue for Pensacolians and people in the Pensacola area alike to share. Joe, tell us a little bit about the show that you have actually opening in 8 minutes. We stole Joe away just to bring him to Pensacola, just so our viewers could enjoy this.
Absolutely. Tonight we've got a band called Perpetual Groove. They're a national touring rock-based jam band is the best way I can explain it. You know, if you turned up the volume a little bit on Fish and gave them some more energy drink, exactly. It would. That's really what Perpetual Groove's about, and it's a great lineup. We heard them doing the sound check earlier today, and it's just a dynamite group. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
That is so neat. And for those of y'all that haven't gotten your tickets yet, we still have a few. It's standing room only because you don't want to sit down when you're at Vinyl Music Hall.
Absolutely.
It's such an amazing, engaging event place. You're going to be able to get them at the door. And I know they're going to be opening the doors, like we said. I think we're at T-minus 6 minutes at this point. Got some great drink specials. Some of my good friends are some of the bartenders down there. When you walk into Vinyl, let me just kind of give you what you're going to see. And if possible, we're going to throw some more pictures up there. Vinyl Music Hall is what Pensacola has been needing for years. It is a musical venue that is going to be able to be a wonderful stopping ground with high quality, high definition acoustics for people traveling on the road. I think we've already touched on some of the great parts about Vinyl Music Hall, but one of the nicest things I think is going to bring Vinyl Music Hall to the top of your charts is going to be the fact that the venue really has the viewer and the musician at its heart. When the musician starts to play, they're used to some, you know, when they're on the road, they're tired, they're used to these rickety stages, not so great acoustics, and then all of a sudden they get to vinyl and they step into this just amazing industrial style, redone, 108-year-old building, and it's really just phenomenal. So we got Perpetual Groove coming in tonight. Joe, I know you have been planning this Halloween meltdown for a long time. Tell us a little bit about what's coming down Halloween.
Halloween is going to be a great show. We've got a handful of regional bands. We've got some bands we're trying to keep a little quiet that are on their way back from doing reunion tours, and it's really imagine a giant 7,000 square foot Halloween warehouse party is really what it's turning into. Yeah, so it's great. There's, you know, we've got a handful of bands that are playing. We're turning the place completely upside down and just bringing the Halloween aspect to things.
That is so awesome. So we're going to have a throwback to Halloween. Well, for our viewers, I just want to encourage everyone to check out Joe and his Levin Partners' fabulous new music venue on the Gulf Coast. VinylMusicHall.com is where you can see what fabulous shows are coming to the Gulf Coast. They've got fabulous drink specials when you get there. You're not going to have to wait in line to get a bar. And it is just a fabulous venue. Thank you so much for being my guest. And welcome to Pensacola. We hope you're here forever.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having us.
Thank you so much. And good night, Pensacola.